I want to go back to your first point around problems.
Yeah.
And so we kind of were introduced via LinkedIn, where we both spend a fair amount of time looking at content. And there's a big saying in social media about authenticity.
Yeah.
And what I find really, really strange is your point about problems actually fits very, very well with authenticity, right? We're not one of us is smashing it every single day, and many of us have businesses or our own content channels, or we have problems day to day, all of us. Yet in the
Hmm.
social media landscape, not people don't really highlight that, right? There's a lot of people who want
No.
to talk about the positives all the time, or the
Yeah.
wins they've got, or the Lamborghini they're driving, or the whatever. And I had this with a previous guest we were talking about this, who she worked in social media, and I was saying, why are people not actually sharing the problems more? And now you've told me that just kind of amplifies that thought process because
Mm.
where's the balance, right? Because obviously, if my business is failing or I can't sell anything for love nor money or whatever,
Yeah.
I sort of don't want to necessarily, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Where's that balance, or how do we adopt that into us into our we'll use LinkedIn as a thing, but or any of our content, because
Mm.
I know you're right in what you're saying that people love that and they love people to s- be in adversity and actually, I don't know, some weird human thing. We love seeing people in trouble.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. We
then
do.
I guess from the underdog perspective, you then want the underdog to come out of it and win.
That's the key. That's the key.
Yeah.
I think it's the key between and it's what would make the difference between social media and therapy.
Yeah.
Save the. I'm not selling anything for your therapist. I mean, go and deal with that there and pay you $150 an hour or whatever it is to actually sort of offload that
Yeah.
there. There was a saying that I saw the other day. Somebody put it up, and I can't remember, and it really upsets me that I can't. Somebody said, "Speak from the scar, not from the wound." And I just
Oh, I
think
like that.
that's really good, isn't it? I've got a
Yeah.
scar from this, but you know what? I recovered, and this is how I did it. But if you're speaking from the wound of like, oh God, this is terrible, I don't know what I'm going to be, then yeah. So I mean, I think that's the key. Show your well, Jaws, great scene in Jaws where they're showing the scars to each other and where they got oh, this is where I got this one, and it's people love a good scar story. They don't necessarily want to see the wound story.